All right, so for this haircut, I'm actually taking a section in just like the middle of the occipital bone area, holding the hair down to 0 and just cutting that bottom, straight across. At this point, the client's head would be kind of tilted slightly forward, so it kind of undercuts a little bit and kind of makes the hair bevel a little bit under. I'm taking pretty wide sections here. You really want to do this based on the client's density. Typically, I wouldn't be taking such a wide section, but this mannequin's hair is pretty crappy and almost bald, so it kind of works. So I'm taking the next section down, combing it nice, pulling the hair slightly back, and cutting slightly over that weight line. Next section is in the recession of the hair, holding it back about 30 degrees, and just, kind of cutting it with my fingers, kind of going at that same 30-degree kind of angle. Do the same thing on the other side. I use the comb to kind of balance out where that recession of the hair is sometimes and kind of see the angle kind of, I don't know if that's 30 degrees back, but let's just call it. I'm pretty visual, so wherever that kind of lands back to, that's where I cut to. At this point, I would kind of turn the mannequin around and check the front, but I kind of slipped over that kind of piece of it. So now right now I'm taking kind of sections, holding the hair up, straight up to the ceiling, and cutting a horizontal piece. It's kind of hard to see. You don't really see it there just because of I didn't move my camera. I usually go at 2 sections up and kind of do the same thing. And that's pretty much the cut. Now I'm going to go through and dry everything. There's a couple of things with blow drying hair that I find pretty important. It's tension and heat. So I find when you're blow drying hair, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you have enough, heat. Not that you're burning the hair, but just enough heat that you're actually going to dry the hair pretty thoroughly. Higher heat's going to get it straighter. Lower heat's going to give you more volume. And then with the tension, of course, you just, got to get that root pretty straight just so it looks nice and smooth. Some people will use a flat brush here, and that will kind of give you a little more of a square, I find, modernized type of look. I've chosen just to do a round brush here to, get my arm workout in. Keep on drying, blow dry, blow dry, blow dry, blow dry. You can kind of see I do a lot of spinning with the brush. I just find this helps to really smooth that cuticle down. I like to blow dry the front pieces kind of down and forward. I find this just kind of makes it so it sits with natural hair fall. All right, so the bottom pieces are pretty short. So what I've done there is actually with just a flat iron, I'm literally just bending the edges. I'm not even going to bother to worry too much about it being thoroughly curled. I'm just trying to get it so it has some texture. I'm just kind of slightly twisting my wrist, not really kind of going in and like super maneuvering. All right, so when I do a curling iron curl, what I do is I start with the clip towards me. I spin it until the clip is again towards me, kind of pull it down a couple of inches and then roll it back up again till the clip is at me. So if you're kind of working at trying to use a curling iron to curl, I would just try to suggest to focus that the clip is always towards you when you finish the rotation and you pull it down. So when I'm kind of at the end of curling everything, I usually kind of at that point I'm looking for durability with the curl. Now, depending on your hair texture, you might have to use a ton of product to get curls to stay. I tend to, be a little bit more minimal on hair product, but yeah, you definitely need to make sure you're using the right amount of product for the texture of the hair that you are going off of. Doing the same thing on the flip side. I kind of went around and did the curls all the way around almost the same way, except for the face frame. I kind of go back on the face frame so that the curls kind of match across the front. That right there is Kerasilk texturizing spray. I just find it helps to give the hair a little bit of a like waxy, it feels very lightweight, but that kind of helps to get the curls to kind of bundle together. And there's finished look.